because the Republican wanted it to be like shut down, make the process a rigid process so that the influx of people will be reduced to a to a drastic level. When Trump came in, those were some of the manifesto he gave. I said, man, we are going to stop it. As I speak to you right now, whether good or bad, I do not like the way he's doing it. But guess what? Right now, there's peace in that border to a reasonable level, because though that was one of the problem that even what happened in some of those Republican states, some of those states, they started shipping people to other states. I live in New York. We woke up one night, they don't bring people come New York. They say, since you guys want them, all of them are come New York, let them come to New York. That it was almost becoming a state of emergency in New York. They put them for hotel, put them for schools and every other thing, which was depleting the resources in the country, of the states and the city. But when Trump came in, what did he do? He went head on with it. Now the border to a reasonable level, he don't close them. And we see some other ways. We may not like the way he's doing it. Like me, I do not like the way he does it. Like the people who are already in, you can stop the ones coming in, but the people who are in, now you now need to work with the system to be able to flush them out or settle them in. You understand? But now our own security case, this Benue case is not today. It started. It is not today. It's not something we woke up and just saw that 200 or 100. No, it's something that has been constant. And this was one of the things Bola Ahmed Tinubu campaigned on. And we came out with the meme that said, what are they going to eat? Ewa, cassava, or gari? That was where it came. He used this math to say 50 million. So those those were just political rhetorics just to win the heart of the people. Because this insecurity issue is not what we should be campaigning with. Because if you remember, that was the same thing we voted Buhari for. That a lot of people said that he was a general, an army general, so he knows what he has what it takes to be able to bring about peace. But for 8 years, nothing. Baba came also. We are going to pull men on ground. By now, we should see that all the military base in those areas, now there, not be Abuja, those areas where they hot, that's where you go and build bases. Send troops in there. If you cannot do it, call machineries. Invest more. So we already know, say, loopholes, or we have moles who are within the Nigerian government, who are allegedly within the military. Maybe they give them ideas, say, did they come now, Mona come out, Mona not go this area. Then use machineries without them, then if that machinery doesn't work, then you know that it is the people within your cabinet within the cabinet of those who set up that meeting, now still go talk. So you know where your problem are coming from. Because we cannot continue to lose people constantly every day, and we make excuse for this man. It makes no sense. Automatically, then you are not doing anything. Then you are not fit to be a president, or you're not fit to be in the government. If you cannot bring this problem to an end, at least if not to an end, it should not continue to increase. We should be seeing decline. There should be a decline. People they buy every day. And guess what, Daddy Freeze? You know that when this whole issue started, a lot of us ignorantly say, it should just remain in the north. Now it's no more in the north. It's gradually spreading all over the country. Gradually spreading all over the country. So it's not time for us to play politics with it. It is time for us to hit this thing heads on. The people and the government. But our government is so concerned about 2027 election. Imagine the governor, the state governor, rather than you coming to say what is going on, you were still playing politics with it by saying, about 9 communities were hit at the same time, but thank God for the help of the federal government. You were still playing politics with it, and life they ground. You were playing politics because these are poor people, so their life mean nothing because they not hit the rich, the eyebrow areas. Was still playing politics with it. So it's a shame that even outside I already know before our government can start to talk about them, if not because of the very dark man guy of a thing. A lot of people would have known it, would have been swept under the carpet. A lot of people would have not known. It would have been swept under the carpet. So that's my own little take, that we should not play politics with this. Let's call them Edson. It's not more dialogue. What are you dialoguing? We should see people, we should see head being taken off. Like, people who are there, call them and see. Now, one thing I've seen in all these things, the president has not called this a terrorist attack. They've not called it, they've not named it. They're still romancing it. So it means we are playing politics in the country. This is a pure terrorist attack. These are terrorists. These are not bandits. They are not S-men. They don't come up for S-men right now. These are not S-men. These are terrorists already. If you can sit and buy more than 200 a day continuously, this is a terrorist attack. So call it what it is, name it what it is, and go heads on. Don't, when you come to concert, you want to be having dialogue. Dialogue on what? Dialogue on what? On what precisely? So that's my own take, because it pain me to see that
Okay, we
our
have
people just
Bongolee
go like
here.
that.
DJ
It's not a
Bongolee.
good thing.
DJ Bongolee, I did say I wasn't going to stay long. Thank you so much for your contribution there, brother. I truly appreciate it. Bongolee. Bongolee. DJ Bongolee.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we could hear
We
you
can hear you
now.
now. Can we see you?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm driving, so I have my headphones on. I'm sorry.
All right, 3 minutes then. It makes
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
for very bad audio when we can, very bad visuals when we can't see you.
I know. I'm sorry. I apologize. So, firstly, I would like to share my condolences to all of the people that have passed away in this Benue and Plateau North Central crisis. May God grant their families fortitude to bear the loss. Secondly, I would also talk about we as a people understanding what the root causes are before we begin to jump into conclusions and saying this is what the government needs to do or doesn't need to do. If we truly want these problems resolved, we have to understand what is really going on in the north central area of Nigeria. These issues predates all of us. These issues have been going on before they birthed our parents. But should it continue this way? No. However, these issues have metamorphosized because of how several governments have mismanaged the situation. Now we have the current government and all of that. I feel that there could have been improved responses. I feel that the PR, they could have done better PR. A lot of people are talking about this problem today because of the video that an individual did. But do you know that this thing has been going on constantly and consistently? It has been going on. And if you look at this government, for example, they made some progress. Though it's not enough in my books, but there was progress right from where we're coming from in 2023. And all of a sudden this year, these things have sprung up. Now, we need to understand that there are different issues going on here. If I ask people, like, who are the people that actually did this last one in Benue? A lot of people will say, oh, it's maybe the headsmen and all of that. It could be communal. It could be militias. It could be these guys that are doing illegal mining. It could be anything. So we all have to sit down and understand what these problems are in itself before we go head on. Yes, we need boots, military boots on the ground. We need soldiers on the ground. We need army on the ground and everything. But let us not forget that Nigeria is a hotbed as we speak today. In the northwest, we are dealing with banditry and insurgency. In the northeast, we are dealing with Boko and ISWAP. In north central, we are dealing with these elders, farmers issues and these militias. These guys are doing ethnic cleansing, ethnic religious cleansing. Some is ethnic religious, some is because we know the Fulanis don't forgive. I will say it here. They always say they don't forgive. We have very porous borders. These guys are heavily harmed. So I see some people saying, let them harm our own, the community and all of that. Yes, they can harm them. However, what happens when this threat is gone? What would they do with those arms? So in my own view, because of I'm driving, I cannot really break these things down. I would say that if we all want a change, we need to sit down and understand every issue going on and apply kinetic and non-kinetic approaches. Because if you keep on applying kinetic approaches, which everybody's talking about, it doesn't take that threat away. It doesn't take farmers' elders clashes away. It could even be the food people. Remember, the most fertile lands in Nigeria is Benue State. We have Benue in Kaduna. And remember, Benue was a hot spot before Governor Obasani came in. And also we have Plateau, tomato juice and everything. It could be the food people. It could be illegal mining people. I mean different people. At least they caught a Chinese man recently that's flying drones for Boko. They caught Pakistani people also. Lastly, the government needs to respond. They need to really respond. But we know that it costs money to buy equipment, to pay the soldiers and all of that. It costs money. We need better responses from the people also, because we need to talk about intercommunal clashes. In that region, we have the highest amount of ethnic groups in the Benue Plateau region. There's a lot of intercommunal clashes going on, like the Thieves and the Jukuns. I don't know if people know a man called Ghana. What they did to Ghana, Ghana was fighting against this KILLER headsmen. What did they do? He went for peace talk with Autumn, former governor. They came behind, they ambushed him, and they neutralized him. According to what my brother Emma Blaze said here today, there are a lot of informants. Remember what happened when these US people came to come and rescue one of their people from Sokoto State?
No.
And they captured him.
Bongolee.
Sorry.
Okay.
I don't want us to drag this for too long because I have so much to do. I just needed to come and share my thoughts on this.
No problem, sir.
My question is, you have spoken about who it could be. You have spoken about the many possibilities of what could have led to it. You have not addressed government's slow response, or should I say, initially it was almost a non-existent response. You have not addressed the issue I raised, which is the response proportional to the problem? Was the response timely? You have not addressed that. So please just address that as we end.
Yes, I talked about it. I said the government needs to do better. There need to be better deployment. They need to work with the vigilantes, the hunters in that area. The government also, the government of Benue State, they put in an anti-grazing law. That was during Autumn's time, former Governor Autumn. They need to enforce it. Even our legislature have a role to play in this. We need to start talking about this, stopping anti-open grazing across the nation. Last year, when they brought it up in the Senate, there were some senators from the north that were kicking against it. They brought it to the fore. So the legislature have a role to play in it. The government of Nigeria, the army, need to respond better. They need to protect the lives of people. The Nigerian police force also. It's not proportional. It's one too many. Yes, the governor said yes, they stopped about 17. They've taken it down to 3. Okay, what did Muftuan do? Muftuan of Plateau State, if you notice, Plateau State has been a little bit peaceful for now. And they were attacking Plateau State before. He can take that template and use it also. The government needs to do more. I'm saying it loud and clear.
Right.
The government needs to do more.
So, Bongolee, you know the argument me and you, we always fight on. Because every time you come to conversation like this, every time you come to the table to have such conversation, you are coming from the mindset of being a party person. Can you please drop the hat of being a party person and let's see. No. Bongolee, I allow you speak, Bongolee. Bongolee, wait now. Bongolee, I allow you speak.
Ima Blaze. This is what we will not do. You will not attack my person.
I'm not attacking your person right now. But the
No,
fact is that you come here all the time,
let's talk about the
Bongolee, we are talking right now. I want to take a point you made.
Ima, talk about the context of the conversation.
All right, it is the context
and don't talk
of the
about
conversation.
my person.
Okay,
you know
now,
why I'm
not your
saying
person
so?
right now.
Because hold on, many people don't even know what is really going on.
All right,
I
Bongolee.
know. I have more information than many people. I'm not trying to brag or anything. So these issues are very complicated. You don't just take one approach. So don't say that you are talking like a party person. This has nothing to do with party. Did I
Bongolee.
even mention party?
Yeah, Bongolee.
No, don't do that now.
One statement, no,
Don't
one
do that
statement I want
now.
to take, one statement I want to always take, because one of the things you always say is that it is expensive to take care of. You just made that statement right now. It is expensive to take care of. Do you know how much we can want to spend in renovating?
That
In renovating,
is FCT's. That is
in
FCT's
renovating
budget,
the judicial
brother.
quarters. Do you know how much right
Brother,
now?
that is FCT's
You
budget. It has nothing to
understand?
do with
Okay,
the
now wait,
budget of the
Bongolee.
Federal
So you
Republic
wait
of
now.
Nigeria.
A country right now, whether you like it or not, the country is undergoing insecurity problem. Money should be taken from every angle they can take money from to solve this issue, because this is not a state issue right now. It is a national issue, if you get it. Because this thing is spreading. It's coming. It's even in the FCT. For crying out loud, it's in the FCT. The direction of the government should be on this. Okay, imagine you right now coming to tell us right now, we do not even know who carried out this attack after more than 24 hours. We don't even know who carried out this attack. Is that not a shame on the intelligence of our country? We
Okay, okay,
we don't
okay.
even know who
Ima
carried out
Blaze,
this attack. We don't even know if
Ima
it's
Blaze,
herdsmen. We don't
Ima
even know if
Blaze,
it's Boko Haram. We don't
Ima
even know if it's
Blaze,
All right,
communal
we're
clash.
ending in
Ima
1 minute,
Blaze,
please. 1 minute, and
Ima
we're
Blaze,
ending.
Ima Blaze, Ima Blaze. Do
Boko,
you know
I
how
see
many
Boko,
of these attacks?
Bongolee. I beg, please help me answer his question so we can end.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. The national security advisor needs to do better in the sense that knowing who actually did the attacks. But you need information. According to what Kayode Egbetokun said, the Inspector General of Police, we need more information from people on the ground and do their own investigation and all of that. We need to understand that even in America, for example, that you talk about, it takes time for you to determine who actually did what. Look at what happened in Ondo State, for example, where they went to neutralize people in a Catholic church. That was 2-3 years ago. Till today, that issue has not been resolved. So we understand the country that we live in. We've been bedeviled with these insecurity issues. We need to do a better job, both the government and the people. I'm not talking like a party man here. I never mentioned any political party, but these are security issues and they need to be treated carefully. Because remember, Nigeria is a very complex country. We have ethno-religious bias and sentiments going on. Remember what happened when Jonathan was doing what he was doing to the Boko people, when they brought in mercenaries from South Africa and the likes. The people in that area said, why are you neutralizing our people? Was this not the same template that they used for Jonathan to kick him out in 2014, 2015? He said it could be that. It could be political instability. And also, these cows that you are seeing that are moving around, many politicians own cows. It's another conversation entirely, my brother. But I want you to know that I am with you on this. If you expect Bongolee to come out and say the government is the government that so that you can be satisfied, Bongolee will not do that because Bongolee understands a little bit as per what is going on. Bongolee is very reasonable and sensible and intelligent to know that you don't just jump like that. I know that, but if Bongolee is saying government needs to do more, government is lacks a little bit in what they are doing, and it's not satisfying you. This is a situation of the donkey, the man, and his son. If you understand that, what I just said now, the donkey, the man, and his son, then that it is what it is, my brother. I yield the floor. I rest my case.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining Emma Blaze and Bongolee. At least there's something we all agree upon. The government needs to do better with regards to safeguarding lives and property, especially around that Benue region. Once again, our heartfelt sympathy and our condolence goes out to the people affected and their families by this irreparable loss. May the dearly departed rest in peace, and may their families find the strength to be able to move on as the government continues to reassure the citizenry on its resolve to keep the country safe. Thank you, everyone, and God bless.